certified karate practitioner, Sensei Bowling, the Never Stop Training Guy. I am going to start to going on Facebook, doing martial arts weapons katas, showing you basic katas and how you can break it down and put it together. I hope some of you all enjoy it. Tonight, I'm talking about the particular weapon, the kama, the kama. Now, with any weapon, whenever you get a weapon and you want to learn it or teach it to your students, it must be a weapon that they are comfortable with and a weapon that they can control. This particular weapon here, the kama, is pretty self-explanatory because, as we know, this here is for cutting in this area here. The back part is for striking. This part is for hitting. You can grab this part for cutting or grabbing. You can take the shaft for striking also. But now, some practitioners choose to grip and grab this weapon in different ways. For an example, you have some practitioners like to grab it all the way at the base part, all the way at the end, and they could cut and do what they need to do from the base part, right? Got me so far. And some practitioners like myself like to grab it somewhat in the middle part. The reason why I like to do that, because in competitions, if your wrist is flexible, you make it look a lot more flashier when you do your movements. It's a lot faster and flashier, right? Here. But the traditional way of using it, you have this string here. You put your wrist through there, and of course you grab your weapon, your kama. The reason why, in the days when they used these to defend themselves, you tend to cut people's and blood come down and get on your hands. So if you make a cut and the blood is on your hands, the weapon come out, you still have it because it's what? It is attached to your wrist. So you can still do your movements and grab the weapon and still do your fancy moves. Even if you move it, like I say, you cut and lose your weapon, you still have that weapon, retrieve it, and do your fancy cuts. Same way, fancy cuts with the weapon. Here, that's why they use the rope. But for me, I choose not to use the rope because I like doing certain fancy cuts. But to each its own. With any weapon, you must have a foundation to build upon. Now, I recommend to any person that want to get into weapons, don't start with the hard weapon. Get the styrofoam weapon or the plastic weapons. Work with that. And then gradually work yourself up. These are my competition. They are not sharpening, they dull, but I have a pair that's actually sharp. I don't do them in competition, but I play around with them, but they're extremely sharp. These are for competition. They lighter, maneuver, you can move it quicker, cut and grab, pull back. But, like I said, you must have a foundation to build upon. Knowing the grips, knowing how to hit, how to strike, how to wrist lock or joint lock your attacker. Once you grab here, you can pull your attacker guard away and deploy cut. That's what I like about having it in the middle. But, like I said once again, you have to have a what? A foundation to build upon. Once you get your weapon, comfortable with it, starting out with the first kata that I normally teach. It's called Uchnen. First basic kata. Uchnen. It goes here. You bow. In here. Breathing. You're going to turn to the left. Execute a high block. Cut. Shift, turn, high block, cut. Shift, turn, high block, cut. That's the first three movements of that form. You want to do those movements there over and over again until you get the feel of it. And gradually speed it up. Go again. And here. Up. Again. And as you gradually speed it up, it's cutting. Uchman. Got to have a foundation to build upon. The weapon is called the Kama. I am going to come up with a couple more forms on Facebook, and it's going to be tremendous. I want you guys to click on and join my Facebook page. Subscribe to it. It's Sensei Bowling. I'm looking forward for some of you guys coming on there. And never stop training. Which one? Hey, hey.